For agents, what they want, they just want leads. Most of the agents. My goal is trying to ask my agent, no cold call, no door knock, no prospecting. They focus on closing deals. So my job description is trying to find a deal for my agents.
Welcome, Freeman.
Hi, Phil.
Thanks for attending the Team Leader Summit. Thanks for doing this interview.
Sure, pleasure.
Freeman, for those that don't know who you are, tell us about yourself, what your team looks like, and what your production looks like.
I started my real estate in 2014 as a solo agent. Start from Century 21 and then Remax. And then the only reason I go Remax because I hang out with a lot of Remax producers and they're talking about the rank of the award, right? At that time, as a solo agent, because we trying to earn our recognitions. And at that time, I think the top award for Remax, which is Remax Diamond, $1 million GCI.
Did you ever hit that 1 million GCI as a solo agent?
Yes, in 2017 and 2018, I hit that diamond. And then afterwards, 2017 is a chairman. It's $500,000. But I do still have like 250,000 in Century 21. So I can buy like 750,000 of GCI. And then 2018, 19, I hit the diamond by myself, diamond award, and average about 60 transactions by myself. And then after I achieved that goal, then I tried to quit the business because I have no passion anymore. And then plus, when you do a 60 transaction a year, then basically you have no life.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then at that time, my mentor asked me to build a team. So I started building a team in 2019.
I see.
Growing with a lot of pains. I grow from myself to nearly 80 people by myself. 2024, 400 transactions, over 400, and then 425. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like 425 million.
425 million. That was in 2024.
Close sales. And last year, slower, a little bit under 400.
So you've been doing about 400 million in sales a year. How many agents is that with?
Yeah, actually, at that time, it's only about 50 agents.
So you're on average, you're doing almost 10 million per agent, which is really high per agent. And so you mentioned something about growing pains. What were some of your growing pains from building a team?
Sure. Growing pain is like, what's your value you can provide it to your team members, right? Why they have to join you? Because when you're building a team, then your clientele shift. It's not the consumer, but agents, right? So you have to make sure how you satisfy agents. You have to make them to satisfy, right? Why they have to join your team. And what's the thing that you can help them to grow?
So the value proposition. And I think a lot of team leaders, they don't understand that you mentioned something about your client changes from the buyers and sellers to the agents. And a lot of agents that want to go from in the solo agent to team leader, they kind of miss that and they don't realize that's your clientele. And so for that agent who's trying to scale from a small team, maybe 3 to 5 agents to a larger team, like something that you've built, what's the biggest thing that they have to learn in order to take that massive growth?
Well, that's the thing. That's the pain of the growth, right? Because when you're building a team, let's say, for example, if I make $1 million GCI, right? If you want to build a team, then you have to supply them something. Number one, you have to make sure that you're willing to share. Number one, if I make $1 million by myself, and then are you willing to give away $500,000 commission to them?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Oh, well, it's very, very painful, right? At the beginning, and this happened, right? Sometimes you have a lot of conflict. You have to think about, oh, maybe I gonna keep all those big deals and then give them like little one, right? But at the end of the day, the team member will realize that. They will know that. So meaning that you are not only recruiting, but you have to also retain them. Sometimes I see a lot of a team, they have no system. They're just using their people skills. And at the end of the day, end up because of some commissions, some deals, then they became competitions, right? And then it's very painful. Again, that's the thing that you learn from your growth. And one day I realized that I remember one of my team member, they closed one deal like $300,000.
Wow.
At the same time, $300,000 is a very little deal. And then at the same time, I have a $3 million transactions at the same time. The shift is that I feel more excited about that agent closed a deal for 300,000. I was like more excited than I closed a deal for 3 million. I think it's the right time I can comfortably to position myself as a team leader.
So that was the shift. That's interesting. So you got more satisfaction from seeing your team leaders win than your own $3 million. So something 10 times the volume. That's an interesting point. And the other interesting point that I think a lot of people overlook is not only are you sharing your deals, and it's not even if it's a 50-50 split, they don't convert as much as you. So it's not even 50%. So if they convert half as much as you, you're actually getting left with 250,000 where you would have made a million. That's a big, I know for me, that was a pain point that was really hard to overcome. So how did you overcome that? And was it just willpower or what did you do?
Well, when you realize that that's your customer, right? Again, that's the major shifting of your mind. If I can satisfy them, and then it's just like they have a referral, right? So meaning if the agent think Freeman is a good team leader, they will keep bring their agent friends, right? And then that's how I grow my team from Phil and to nearly 80. And also another pain is like as a team leader, you have to try to avoid people leave your team, right? And then
Retention.
retentions. So the pain is like sometimes my personality is very influential, high I. And I really care about people. So that's when people leave and then they're really bothering me. Right. So
Yes.
people leave and I feel I should be the person being responsible. Why they left me and why I cannot help them to grow. That's kind of a painful and struggling.
So would you say that's something that helped you build your team in the first place? The fact that you're good with people and you're a
Yeah.
high I.
My
And because you care about people, right? They understand that you have their best interests. It seems like you're very good at attracting agents. So what would you say your superpower is as an agent team leader?
I can be a broker if I have like 80
Mhm.
people under me,
Mhm.
right? But I have no that ego. Normally, I don't see a lot of a team grow like me, right? And I'm not broker, but I do have like, middle-sized brokerage, the size. So I think recruiting.
Recruiting. That's a great superpower to have. As a team owner or a brokerage owner, that's that one lever you can pull to increase revenue. And do you have any tips for the listeners? Like what's one thing that anyone can apply to get better at recruiting?
Sure. Number one, you have to figure that out. Then why they join Team Freeman Wang.
I see.
What's the thing that I can provide it to them? I'm thinking for agents, what they want. They just want leads. Most of the agents. But then my goal is trying to ask my agent, no cold call, no door knock, no prospecting. They focus on close the deals. So my job description is trying to find a deal for my agents.
You try to focus on handling the lead generation for that. You said something interesting, understanding why they join your team. So I guess team leaders need to figure out why an agent would join their team first. And then what is it that you do? Like, do you do like outbound process? Do you call a certain number of agents per day or per week? Do you have a system in place to keep you disciplined in recruiting, or do you do it through social media? Like, is it outbound? Like, what's your method?
Number one, my personality is not that social media person, but
Mhm.
I force me to do so.
Mhm.
Right. That's one channel. And I don't do outbound call. We
Mhm.
do inbound because
Wow.
we try to do whatever to attract. For example, social media, the post is the same thing. Basically, we're targeting seller, buyer, and agent leads, right? And we have to figure that out. Then what's in it for them? If for sellers, what they want, what buyer, what they want, agent, what they want. It's the same thing. And then we create a campaign for generate whoever that interested by our post.
I see.
And then after we got leads came in, then I have a system, I have ISA to book appointments. Not only seller, buyer, also agents. So
Wow.
that's why it's inbound.
Basically, if someone's coming to the Team Leader Summit, that's something that I would want to learn. They should ask you about your recruiting system, generating inbound agent appointments and having the ISA book appointments. Is that something that you can share with us at the summit? I know you're going to be on one of our panels.
Sure, I would love to.
That sounds amazing. What's something that you want to learn from? We're going to have 50 team leaders and brokerage owners at the Team Leader Summit. What's something that you would like to learn from one of the attendees that are going to be there?
Well, number one, I think my marketing side is kind of weak. Okay. And also recruiting. If I have a better people,
Mhm.
but like people sometimes recruit much more much more people, right? And then became an influencer. I know some platform that they have an influencer they can attract like 10,000 of agents, right? I would love to learn. I want to learn from that. Yeah. And also I would love to learn about the marketing to generate listings, especially for a targeting area. How can be a dominator in that area? That's my weakness. So if I can be a dominant agent or my team can be a dominant agent in certain area, then I think I can have a much more appointments to my agents.
Yeah, I'm sure out of the 50 that we're going to have there, there's going to be at least one or two that are going to know how to do that. So excited to have you there. You're going to be a featured panelist. Thanks for attending Team Leader Summit. Can't wait for September 2nd. So appreciate you, Freeman. See you there.
Can't wait either. So,
All
excited to see you in the summit.
Sounds good. See you then.